Hi, everyone. My name is Chelsea Cook. I am a first grade teacher in Syracuse, New York, and this is my presentation on social emotional learning in early childhood education. I am excited for you to be here. I'm hopeful that you'll learn about social emotional learning. We also call it SEL, why it's important, and how it's going to support academic success, especially in the younger children. So, what is social emotional learning? Well, CASEL, the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, they have the definition of SEL involves the process through which individuals, both children and adults, develop essential skills to understand and manage emotions, build positive relationships, make responsible decisions, and they can set and achieve goals. So there's 5 core competencies of this. This is self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, decision making. These are all the things that children need to know and understand and learn to make good choices, manage their emotions, and help build their relationships. So these skills are form the foundation for how we interact with others and handle challenges, both in school and in life. So, what is the purpose of SEL? Well, social emotional learning is seen as better behavior, more focus, stronger academics, right? These are different skills that are going to be affected when we put SEL into practice. Research shows that students who receive strong social emotional learning instruction, they behave better, right? They gain less stress. They perform better in school. Durek et al. Found that students participating in SEL programs not only showed an 11-point percentile gain, but they also experienced improved classroom behavior, and stress management skills. These are skills like deep breathing, learning how to journal through creativity, problem solve. All of these little things are all a part of SEL, and they're all going to get better as we learn how to manage our emotions and we learn all these tools. So, why start young? Well, sometimes I say, why not start young? Right? These little children right now, these young learners, this is the best time to help them and to teach them about SEL because they're just starting to build lifelong habits. Coming in every morning and eating their breakfast, right? We can teach them how to, when they start to feel their heart beating too fast, they can take deep breaths, right? They can learn and think what's going on, what's not going on. Helping students regulate their emotions and relate to others in these years is going to increase their benefits for their life. So my question, that was my research-based question, said, does social emotional learning affect academic success? Well, I can tell you the answer is yes. It's a clear yes. It's backed up by research, and I just want to bring that research into real classrooms. I want them to know what the difference is and how SEL does matter. And if you take the time to teach social emotional learning skills, teach them tools, the children will have so many more benefits than if we don't take that time. That time is so important. So my curriculum goal was to build a 21-week SEL curriculum for K to 2 students, kindergarten to second grade. I'm so grateful that I have been able to do a big chunk of this already. But one of the things is that I wanted all of my lessons to reflect the New York State SEL benchmarks. This was so important to me because, as you can see in the picture, this is taken right from the New York State SEL benchmarks. There are a whole different standards for each grade level, right? As adults, as early childhood, late elementary, all of these things have the same base indicator. They still have the same thing that we want them to learn, but it's different based off where they are, where their skills are. And so my entire curriculum that I have is based off of this. This is where I got all of my lessons and the ideas from that I built it from. So, what does my curriculum include? Well, each week is a unit, and in each unit, there is a theme, a core competency, an I can statement, and an objective, an SEL benchmark standard. All of these things are not going to change for the entire week. What does change is what's being taught each day. So every Monday there's a story, every Tuesday there's a movement, every Wednesday there's an activity, Thursdays are for reflections, and Fridays are for reteach. This is to build up throughout the week the knowledge that the students have about the topic at hand. On Monday, the students are new to the topic. They are going to read a story about the topic. And then on Tuesday, they're going to move a little bit. Wednesday, they'll do an activity. And Thursday is really about themselves. How do I relate to this? Friday is about reteaching, pulling certain students aside. Do you need help with this? Can you do this? And I really love this idea of being able to have a time dedicated to working individually with students. So within the curriculum, there are accommodations and extension activities. Through all of my research, they said that if you have accommodations for each grade level and having the SEL tool that connects to regular learning academic curriculum, it will help them learn how to use it in their academic curriculums. So each grade level, kindergarten, first, and second grade, for each unit, there are accommodations for each one and extension activities for each one. Sometimes it's in music class, sometimes it's in social studies or ELA. Sometimes first graders just need a sentence starter, right? They have different skills. They're at different places. So this curriculum really tries to be able to lay out for everybody, what can I do in my classroom? So when we talk about the assessment of the social emotional learning, I love role playing. Role playing is something that is so influential in my classroom specifically because it allows students to make choices to show the teacher what choice they would make if they were in that situation. It is a safe space for them to potentially not make the right choice and to have a good conversation about it before they go on the playground and they make a poor choice, before they do something where I can't help them. So role playing is really good in that way. I love the idea of reflection journals. I posted my reflection journal on the side. This is really good to see the patterns of children. If you have a child that doesn't listen to their friends talk, this is going to be where you see it. You're going to see how they think about themselves, self reflections, and being able to say, okay, well, how can I help them with that skill? You know, it's their skill that they need to work on because they're saying it. I also find that a lot of my kids are very honest when it comes to their self-reflection journals. So that is all about this. And portfolios are something that I absolutely love to show academics, right? I have students in my classroom who may not be as excited about math or ELA, and then as we talk about social emotional learning, that can help them to become more influenced in it. So the portfolios are kind of a broader picture for everything else. I just want to touch on my school. I have found that we have a gap in our SEL resources. We lack SEL tools to be able to help our students with it. And something that was influential to me is the data from my school. They look like they shouldn't be successful sometimes. They are successful with SEL tools, right? Economically disadvantaged kids, people with disabilities, homelessness. Those are all unique challenges that our students are facing. But these SEL tools can help the students handle stress, manage their stress, and build their resilience. Being able to know that they can learn it at school and they can practice it at home too. So I just wanted to talk just for a moment on our research-backed benefits. Cork and al. Had a analysis that they spanned for 50 years, and they showed academic improvement. McCormick et al. Stated that students that had SEL teachings were helped reduce the adverse impact of their socioeconomic differences and their educational outcomes. It's not just about where they are from, it's about where they're going. Social emotional learning helps them to create a path for themselves. Um, and Dedham and Brown, they have emotional growth, right? They talk about the emotional stages behind SEL and how that's so important. They also talked about long-term academic success. So all three of these research did state that there was academic improvement, but there's so much more than just academic improvement. And I learned that as I was researching, and it's so beautiful. So, why it matters now? Well, we want to give the kids the tools, and we want to give children tools to handle life's challenges. We never know what's going to come at us. Even as adults, we struggle with this, right? What's going to come? How are we going to know we're going to be safe? It is really, really hard. But teaching them these skills inside the classroom is going to help them outside the classroom as well. And it's going to help teachers build safe, inclusive classrooms where all students feel like they thrive, right? It's not just about the here and now, it's about everywhere we go. And so SEL is really influential into that as well. I wanted to say thank you. I know I probably could talk on this for much longer than 10 minutes, but here is my email. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you have any questions about the research or anything, I would feel free, or I would be honored to hear it. And I really hope that this has helped you in your social emotional learning yourself, being able to reflect like, oh, do I have these skills? Do I not?